I wanted her to come back on because I don't like to rush the end of a session, especially when we're getting so much from it. I love mindfulness and elevating the mind and meditation and positivity. You guys must have heard me speak about this a million times. So when I have an expert who knows way more about it and who can give us tips and suggestions on how to do it, I'm definitely so enthralled with it. So I hope Latina comes back on. We were kind of rushing the end, but I didn't want to rush down the end. So that's why I came back on. I'm going to give her a little while. Hopefully she comes back. Let me see if I can message her as well. That was so good. I don't know if anybody else was like very enthralled with that like I was, but the suggestions that we had was so good. I'm just messaging her. I just wanted to wrap up a little better than that 19-second, 5-second countdown. I think Instagram needs to have this much longer. It should be as long as you want to go live. I see famous people get to be on their live for hours. I don't know how that is, but definitely today we had the session that we were talking about elevating our minds. I'm just going to recap until Latina comes back on so she can just wrap up the last point. And if she doesn't, well, we will just wrap up anyway. So we were speaking about mindfulness and elevating our minds to become the better version of ourselves. And we went from how she started her company. She started her company through using a self tool that she created that actually helped her through hard times and helped her, elevate herself and become the better version of herself that she wanted to be. So she moved from working in the corporate world, having a rigid 9 to 5, and going into creating her own business, owning her own business, and actually also developing and being an author for the self-help tool that she created. She actually now sells it. It's called the Just For You Journal. So I advise, if you are interested in becoming and improving yourself, that you can get the Just For You Journal. It is available on Amazon for anyone who may be overseas. Well, I'm overseas too. But if you're in Trinidad, you can actually order from her directly or also on Amazon. And she did have a couple locations that she said it was available, but I honestly can't remember right now. So I will put it in a comment below when I speak to her again. So we spoke about mindfulness and being very conscious of the thoughts that we have and that we think, being more positive, even if you have a negative day, seeing that things don't happen to you, but it happens for you, and just elevating yourself. We also spoke about journaling and the benefits of journaling to help you structure your day, and that journaling actually is a commitment that you're making to help you improve yourself. And as I said, Just For You Journal is available. We were talking about different ways to journal. She carried us through a how-to journal for those who may not know. And she was just giving us the ability to set 4 non-negotiable intentions, meaning that things that you commit yourself to do every single day, regardless of how the day is going, whether it's good or bad. I was just recapping. I don't like to rush the end because I just feel like it's so rude to just be, all right, peace, bye. So sorry, I came back on. And I just wanted you to go over the 4 tenets as you're much clearer now. Go over the last 4 things that we were talking about.
Right. So I was just, is that about the non-negotiables?
Yes.
Right. So what I was saying is that at the end of the day, so you asked if I believe in the, just do nothing and just, be chill. And as I was saying, like, I believe that we should honor our bodies and we should honor our emotions and what we feel. But I'm also saying that don't just sit in it. Like, I believe there's a thin line between honoring your bodies and being gentle on yourself versus just deciding, hey, well, it's pandemic, I'm just not going to do anything, I should just relax and just be, because at the end of the day, this is going to get better. Life is going to get better. Things are going to change. And once you believe that, I mean, as whoever the person was that said, like, don't waste a good pandemic. Don't waste it, right? So for those of you who may be struggling, like, in terms of structure and schedule, etc., it is, I am suggesting, because I created something when I could not function well the first 2 weeks of this. I created
Right.
so that I could be gentle on myself and still also make little strides towards my goals. Because I identified 4 different areas of my life that I had whatever goal, and I said, okay, what non-negotiables am I going to create for each section of my life? So
Okay.
if it was parenting, I'm like, okay, these are the 4 things that must be done every single day, regardless of what's going on, regardless of what time I wake up, regardless of how much times I cry, regardless of whatever the situation is. These are the things that I'm going to do. So in that way, it takes the pressure off of having to be perfect, which doesn't exist, of course,
Right.
but it takes off the pressure of trying to just act normal in a time that's not normal, or to just
Right.
be the best and do the best. So creating non-negotiables that you're going to do regardless. Of course, everything that we do in this inner work journey is a commitment. So
Right.
there's nothing that's going to be done for free or just like that. So with this, okay, we're being gentle on ourselves. We are honoring our feelings, but at the same time, we're not just going to sit and do nothing. So decide what your non-negotiables are and do it. Do it every single
Right.
day. When you do it every single day, as time goes by, you would realize that you pick up a momentum. And when you pick up that momentum, you will start to see the situation in a different light, and you're going to be able to start to manage this new normal differently. I do not believe, not expect that anybody's supposed to be normal. I don't expect that anybody's supposed to be like, woohoo, and there are waves. And to be very transparent, this week I usually take a note. I also track my vibration daily, and
Okay.
align that in terms of my menstrual cycle, right? So that way I'm able to differentiate when it works well for me in my business in terms of being creative, people in, doing certain tasks, right? That is, of course, a whole other topic. But I do that. I do that so that I would know what works for me. And this week was crappy. I wrote every day. It was like low vibe, low vibe, low vibe. It was crappy. And within this period, I'm pretty sure people would have their waves. This week, you're like thriving. I could do this. Next week, you're
Yes.
like, oh man, this is really hard. And in those elements is why I would say be gentle on yourself and honor your body. But I know that there
Right.
are also some people who just straight up like, well, if that, I'm not doing nothing. No, I'm not in alignment with that side of the folks. So yeah, 4 non-negotiables to start off with, and it would give you that momentum to keep going.
Well, to be very transparent as well, just like you at the beginning of the pandemic, I was still working consistently. But a couple weeks ago, my schedule was downsized a lot, so I had more free time home. But being home just that first week, as a doctor, I've never really had a time where I had time, which will sound very silly, but I'm accustomed to the fast pace. I'm accustomed to go in. Um, Last year, when I worked in like a main hospital, I was accustomed to doing 24-hour calls. I mean, I don't really miss that, but I was accustomed to staying up for 24 hours every 3 to 4 days, and
Wow.
that kind of becomes your life. So when I was home for the first week or so, it just kind of like took me back, and I was like, oh. And I laughed because after some internal reflection, I remember that I kept telling people, oh, if I was home, there would be so many things I would do. I have like all these lists if I was home. And I was like, Janelle, you are home now. What were those things that you were saying and boasting that you would do if you were home? And
Right.
when I had that kind of epiphany, and just like you, where you say things are not happening to you, it's happening for you, I kind of thought similarly that everything happens for a reason. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. And luckily for me, I began to see reasons why, and like I began to see my reasons. Were they the actual reasons? I don't know, but I saw reasons why it was better for me to be at home. And then I got out of that little funk, and I was like, okay, what can I do with my time? So I've been networking, I've been doing research, even though you wouldn't see that side. I've been actually doing lots of research during this time. And then I thought, like, I have so many things that I wish, I could share with so much more people because there are people who call me, mostly medical students actually, who will reach out to me for advice on like, how do I get into residency, which is the training to
Right.
become a specialized field. So especially a lot of international medical school students like myself, they would reach out and like, how do you enter the US system? How do you do this? And I will always willingly answer them. People would reach out to me on Instagram. I will respond to them as this is my friend texting me. So people really know that my Instagram messenger is almost like a text message. Even patients reach out to me there and like, hi, Dr. Jackman. So, people are reaching out to me and I was like, I wish I could make this just way more available and not just for medical students in different aspects. And that's kind of like where I got the idea. I should probably do something like a series. I don't know if I could definitely sustain this every day, but definitely every week.
Right.
So this week I wanted to do like a very intense week. And then as the weeks go by, it may not be every single day, as I said, because as my plate gets more full with other tasks, I wouldn't be
Right.
able to commit, to every single day. But definitely I wanted to be able to bring people who were experts in the things that I think people should know.
Right.
So I'm not a financial person. I had a financial advisor,
Right.
I'm not really working on the front lines. I am an essential worker, but it's not the same me going to a clinic versus you working in the emergency room seeing corona like all over. So,
Right.
I had an emergency room doctor. I'm not definitely not a professional makeup, but I do love makeup. So that is my stress reliever. So I
Right.
always like to put something fun in it. And even through the fun, I was like, we could still learn something. So last week when I did my makeup with Josie, we talked about infertility afterwards because that's my passion. I love infertility.
Wow.
Um, and then this week, when I did with Megan is pregnant, so we talk about corona and pregnancy. So I always try to have like an educational benefit. And this really kind of got really birthed through the despair of like, I'm home. What am I going to do with my time? What am I going to do to reach and inspire people? So I like what you said that, you shouldn't waste a good pandemic because I'm like, yeah, I definitely shouldn't. I haven't painted in like 2 or 3 years and I started back painting during this
I
as
saw.
well.
I saw. I saw.
So
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
And I listened to Luke Corviner sometime, and he said, time without purpose is one of the greatest pains, and that sat in my stomach, that sat on my chest, and it hurt because I know that there are so many people who are probably struggling with that right now. We have so much time, so much time, so much time, and we're like, what is my purpose? What am I doing here? What could I do? What could I do? So this is beautiful. The fact that you decided to do a series to add value to yourself and to other people's lives is a big deal, you know. That of course is another topic. But yeah, definitely at the end of the day, this time where there is so much time for introspection, like be okay with leaning into the emotions, be okay with leaning into the uncertainty. The how and the when of whatever we want is never our concern. It is
Right.
never our job. Our job is what and why. That's it. That is our only job in this entire process. What and why. God's job, source's job, universe job, whoever you resonate job is the
To
what
figure
is
out how.
when and the how. Not
Right.
ours, you know. So during this time, yeah, don't waste a good pandemic. If things are very hard mentally and emotionally, but you still have goals that you want to achieve, which are more than achievable despite what is going on, gather your non-negotiables, do them every day, because little shifts add up to a massive shift over time.
I love that. I really love that.
Yes.
So this was a great session. I really love this. And I think that we need to have this some other time because there are like way more aspects that we
Of
could definitely
course.
go down to the core and
Of course.
discuss.
Yeah, because I had
Um,
to just touch on things real quickly. Yes.
right. Is there anybody out there who has questions for Latina? Don't waste this opportunity. I would say ask it.
Yes, we ask away. So guys, if you need to find me though, because I'll just say while they're talking, while they're messaging, if anybody. If you want to find me, I'm available on True Growth Caribbean, right here on Instagram, on Facebook, True Growth Caribbean, on LinkedIn, it's True Growth Caribbean. Although I need to start using my LinkedIn account some more, but yeah, so you can find me there, True Growth Caribbean, and my
Did I
website.
spell it correctly?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
And my website should be up soon, which is www.truegrowthcaribbean.com. So yes. Oh, guys, I also have a freebie in terms of your limiting beliefs. If you guys are
Oh,
struggling with particular areas of your life where you've been doing the work and then the results just look very different, right? Or you
mhm.
are just not, or you're repeating the same things over and over. So, of course, the results are different. There's a high likely chance that it is completely related to what you believe to be true about that particular area of your life. So, you guys could definitely go to the link in my bio and check that out as well to get your from stock to unstoppable freebie. So, yeah, that was my plug.
So definitely take advantage of that, the freebie. And then if you are interested in journaling, you can get the Just View Journal on Amazon, or I couldn't remember the bakery or the name of the place you said.
Maria's Bakery, but of course they are
Yeah.
closed as a pandemic, and Scribbles
Right.
and Quills as well. So you guys would have to pre-order with me because my stock finished last week. So you can always send
Okay.
me a DM to order yours, right?
If you want the journal, order it online on Amazon, or order it through Latina directly at True Growth Caribbean. You can message her. She will respond. And as soon as she gets in stock, she will send it your way. So I want to thank you so much, Latina, for joining us. I know definitely this was a big inspiration for me. I am going to get my journal because I really want to get consistent with it. And I think, as you mentioned, maybe guided journal might be better for me than struggling, because I have been struggling to
Right.
do the free writing. So I will definitely get the journal, and maybe don't be too concerned if I hit you up to ask you how
No
you do this
problem.
again, please.
No, I actually have a training I'm going to do. Like this is long overdue. Like God hear my heart, but we don't waste pandemics, right? So I do have a training on the Just View system because it is a system. It is not just gratitude affirmations and goal. It is an entire system.
Please do. And when you let me know, I will also publicize it, because thank you everyone for joining us. This has been great. Thank you, Cindy, Christina, Emma, Alana, Yonce, Shariza, Cassia, just a few else I recognize by name. Um, Resiliency Fitness Sister, Inspiring Sisters, Candy, Shan Beckles, Avian Guri, Anyeza, Rime, ex-boys, everybody. And thank you for the compliments too. My makeup is courtesy me following the video from yesterday and trying to recreate the look I did yesterday today. So thank you everyone who thought that I did a good job. So we want to thank a big, big thank you for Latina for coming to join us here today and inspiring us and giving us the words of wisdom so that we can actually improve ourselves and become the best version of ourselves, because who doesn't want to be that? And if you have any questions, you can reach out directly to Latina at True Growth Caribbean. And thank you so much. So have a good day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for Health and Fitness Friday. Okay. Any parting words, Latina? Yes, Alana. Thanks to her. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I think her internet. Okay. Bye bye. No problem. Thank you for coming. Have a good night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Yes, I'm hearing you now. She was gonna give a parting word. We didn't get that last bit that she was going to say. I will see if I can invite her so she can say her last um farewell. But this was really, really a good session. Just remember that I will post this video to my YouTube account, Janelle Jackman MD, and it will be available on my story for the next 24 hours. So it will be posted to the YouTube where you can get it at any point in time, Janelle Jackman MD. Or if you are on Instagram right now, you will be able to see this video for the next 24 hours before it's deleted on Instagram. So tomorrow we're going to have a health and fitness coach. So that will be a very exciting session as well because, we can get very lethargic and lazy during this pandemic. That's not what we want to do. We want to stay mentally healthy, as Latina told us today, as well as we also want to stay physically fit. So Joanna Clinton, who is a health and fitness coach, she's a certified personal trainer. She will be joining us tomorrow. I just want to thank everybody for coming on today. And I'm thanking Latina once again for joining us and helping us elevate ourselves. That's all for tonight, folks. I will see you tomorrow for Fitness Fridays. Goodbye.